Welcome to part 2 with Duke Tobin. You're in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics. And Duke Tobin is the executive of the year. And Duke Tobin has had a nice run in free agency and in the drafts for the Cincinnati Bengals. And really, Duke Tobin, he had an internal conflict. Do I trade up and target people because I'm going to go quality rather than quantity? Or what do I do? And how do I do it? And what kind of a draft will that lead to? He's not happy that they had only 6 draft picks, but he did what he had to do and put the bat on the ball with every draft pick. And we're going to find out what that process was like. Okay, let's hit the 6 players that you guys drafted, and give us your thumbnail sketch of Dax Hill. When Dax Hill was there at 31, were you doing cartwheels, backflips?
We were very happy that Dax was still available when we were picking. We didn't know if that was going to be the case. I think we doubted it, and he was there. And he's a great fit for us. He's very versatile. He's a guy that can do a lot of different things, and we think he's capable of growing his role in a number of different areas. And so it'll be up to him. He'll have to come in and find his niche and see where his progression takes him. But really excited to get him. Talented in a lot of different areas.
He ran a 4.38. And a lot of people are like, "Oh man, safety. Why would you take a safety? We got 2 good safeties. Like, what about a corner?" Well, in a lot of people's estimation, some I trust more than others, but universally, a lot of people's estimation, he was the best slot corner available in the draft. In today's NFL, you better have guys that are versatile enough to do what he can do. He could play center field if you wanted to, but he could also run down into that slot and cover people. And that kind of position versatility is cherished, right?
It really is. You have to in today's NFL, the DBs are interchangeable a lot, and the one thing you have to be able to do is run, change direction, support the run with some physicality, play the ball in the air, cover. So whatever package that comes in, our coaches will do a great job getting the guys on the field and in a position to maximize their skill set. So it's not a concern, what position he's labeled at. We'll see what he does best when he gets here and how he can help the most. And that'll be fun to see.
In the second round, you traded up to get Cam Taylor-Britt. And boy, the phone presser that he did, his personality just came bubbling out vocally. I mean, this guy sounds like he's something special, and he was a great high school quarterback in the state of Nebraska. So in a dual threat, could run it and throw it. And in my mind, usually quarterbacks understand so much football because they have to see the whole field. And when you transition them to the back end, I think I look at that as a plus. Plus, he had a tremendous career, and as a versatile guy himself, he can play inside and outside at the corner position, correct?
Yeah, he's another guy that's not limited to just one skill set. He'll be working primarily on the outside at the start, and we'll see how he does out there. We needed reinforcements out there, beyond the 2 that have started for us. We needed reinforcements. You never get through the season with all your DBs. It just rarely ever happens. And so we needed guys coming on in the wings and guys that can come in and play specific roles for us. And looking forward to seeing him develop with us. He's big, he's physical, he can run, he plays with intelligence. And, there's a transition coming to the NFL. The receivers are even better than they are in college. And so he'll have to fight the transition, and it'll be fun to see him come on. But yeah, a guy that we're excited about. Both those DBs, all 3 DBs that we took are the same thing. They love the game. They're smart. They're tough. They can run, and they're versatile. And so now it just becomes on the coaching staff to see how they all fit in the big picture and who can help us immediately and who can help us in what area. And so it'll be fun to see all three of those guys, compete and grow in their careers.
People at Nebraska say that this guy, Cam Taylor-Britt, was the guy that always brought the energy. Sometimes you have the dog days of whatever. It's just, oh, man, it's hot. It's been brutal. You had a lot of practices, or you had a loss that you didn't anticipate, and now everybody's down in the dumps. You need somebody to be the energy guy, somebody that everybody's going to feed off of. And this guy, they said, was that type of guy. And the Brooks Behringer Award is a big deal in the state, in the program at University of Nebraska. The Tom Osborne Award is a big deal in that program. He won both of them. So this guy's got, he's got the it factor going on, doesn't he? I mean, that's academics, that's athleticism, or, athletic performance, and it's citizenship. I mean, it's everything.
It tells you he loves it.
Yep.
That's what it tells you. Because if you didn't love it, you couldn't show up day after day and be that way. So it's a good sign.
Zach Taylor, 6'4", 282 pounds. Larry Ogunjobi gave you a lot of inside pass rush. This guy seems capable of doing the same type of thing. In the SEC at the highest level of college football, 13 sacks in the last 2 seasons. And in his last 24 games, 20 and a half tackles for loss. So he seemed to be inverting the line of scrimmage like Larry was able to do for the Bengals. Yeah.
Did you say Zach Taylor? Because I'm pretty sure he's not 6'4", 285, but you're talking Zach Carter.
Zach Carter.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Zach Taylor.
A Zach is a Zach is a Zach. It really doesn't matter. And really,
Carter.
Dax, you could throw Dak in there too. Nobody really, there's no difference. Huh?
Dak.
Big level, a lot of play time, a lot of performance against very good competition, and versatile to play both inside and outside.
Right.
We're looking for some help, rushing on pass rush downs inside, and he'll have a chance to fill that role. He's going to have to come in and do it. But we like the flexibility that he brings to the defensive line, and another guy that loves football and has played at a high level and produced.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, first step quickness can accelerate. Played at a big school, 41 games in his career at a big school, and 135 snaps in each of the last 3 seasons at the 3 technique. And that was a need, obviously, with Larry Ogunjobi deciding to move on at this point in time. All right, so in the 4th round, Cordell Volson out of North Dakota State, a football factory in a good way.
Yeah.
They just keep cranking them out. And they run 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. They just line up and they just hammer you, boy. And this guy has school record, 65 career games, 41 starts. I mean, he's 4 national championships, 5 conference titles. He played 6 years, took advantage of the COVID-19 extra year. You got a guy that's played a ton of football here, Coach.
And a guy that loves it, because if I was an offensive lineman, I'd love going to play for them because they, like you said, they run the ball and they're physical and they impose their will. And so that's what he's used to. He's used to imposing his will on the team he's playing. And it's going to be fun to see, how he develops and how he blends in with the rest of the group. But we're after guys who are tough-minded, hardworking individuals, particularly in that group, because we've got them, and so you've got to come in and you've got to enjoy the grind of practice because you're not out there catching balls and, running around and dancing to the music. You're pushing sleds and, getting barked at and, it's not as glamorous. So you need guys that just love that part of it. And he does. And I think he'll fit in really well with the group and he'll get what he earns. Every opportunity he gets, he'll earn, and we'll see how it goes.
You got a guy that is used to winning, winning at a high level. And then in free agency, you went out and you got 3 veteran offensive linemen. The 2 interior guys have both gone and won Super Bowls, and your tackle is a premier tackle in the National Football League. He'll come downhill and win the line of scrimmage. Plus, he's a heck of a pass protector. Talk about your 3 veteran offensive linemen, and then adding Volson to the mix. I mean, I know it's all about 5 guys playing as one. Do you feel like these guys are going to mesh like that, Duke?
Yeah, we'll see. There'll be we've got a lot of guys competing in there, and a lot. I really feel great about the group. I think we could line up 2 groups that could play effective football, and that's hard to say in this league because there's not enough of them to go around. But it'll be fun to see these guys, especially the guys that are coming into their second year into the league, see how they develop. The first year is always can be rough on rookie linemen. It's eye opening how good the guys are across from you, and but it'll be really fun to see the guys coming into their second year and how they compete and how they've developed, and have they improved consistency and all those things. But we've got a great blend of veteran and young guys and a lot of talent. And so it'll be up to Frank and the coaching staff to get the thing lined up the best we can get it lined up. And I think it could be pretty darn good.
I remember when I got drafted by the Bengals, Tiger Johnson, my offensive line coach, said, "You know what, young buck, first thing you got to do is prove you belong. You understand me? We got grown men here that have families, and you're a young whippersnapper. You got to prove you belong. This is a grown man's game in the National Football League." So you got some veteran guys that have proven they, and then he goes, and then after that, after you prove you belong your first year, then go ahead and have a career. And now you got guys that have had success in their careers, and you got the 2nd, 4th, and 6th round draft picks last year that all proved they belonged. And now, like you said, hey, let's compete. And competition breeds excellence performance. I mean, competition's a coach's best friend. There's no doubt.
Yep. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, 5th round. This guy, this to me might be, wow, this kid in the 5th round now, he might have something. Tyson Anderson. You moved up 8 spots to get him, and I can understand why. 4.36 in the 40. He was his high school valedictorian, and his like almost a 3.4 GPA in college. And he's a guy that he got his undergraduate degree in business sales, and he's working on a master's in leadership. And he's a 3-time captain, so he understood what he was studying in leadership. I mean, this guy seems to have something, kind of like the it factor a little bit. What do you like about Tyson Anderson?
I think you described him perfectly. He's a guy that achieves, and he's got unbelievable physical qualities, but he achieves, and he's achieved in everything that he's done. You put him on special teams, he achieves. You have him cover tight ends, he achieves. Play in the middle of the field, he achieves. If it's time to come up and support the run, he's an achiever. And everybody there at the school believed that, and he showed that for them. And very highly recommended player, and a lot of good work from our scouts and surfacing him and putting him in front of everybody. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, special team snaps, 900 special team snaps in college. He said, "I'll cover kicks, I'll cover punts, I'll do anything that needs to be done." It's always like you always love teammates that have the attitude without saying it. By their performance, they're like, "Don't worry, I got this. I'm not going to let you down. I got this. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do." He seems to be that type of dude. That's going to be big. 7th round, you get Gunter, 6'4", 260 pounds. Ran a 4.7 40, a 1.57 second 10-yard split, almost a 36-inch vertical, and broad jumped over 10 feet. Come on now. That's unbelievable athleticism to be there in the 7th round. You had to be happy with that one.
Yeah, when in doubt, take a rusher or a cover guy, because those are important positions. And, when a pass rusher is staring you in the face at the end of the 7th round, and you like him you like his personality, you like his toughness, you like his production, you like his measurables, there's nary a reason to pass. And so we were happy he was there for us, and I could see this guy filling a need and a role for us. And he's got the traits that you want, and it's a big man's game, and he'll have to come in and prove that he can translate his pass rush into the National Football League. But it'll be fun watching because we think he's got it.
All right, so Duke, real quick, you guys have done an unbelievable job in college free agency. What's the process like? I mean, how do you go through the recruitment process on draft day? Because you don't know if a guy's going to go in the 6th or 7th round or be available to you in free agency. How do you go about, getting guys signed that quickly? And what's that process like? And how do you feel? You haven't announced the crew yet that you signed, but you signed quite a few guys, but they have to pass a physical and actually agreed to terms, I should say, but they got to execute a contract and pass the physical and everything. But I mean, were most of the guys that you signed as college free agents draftable players in your guys' estimation?
Yeah, it was a pretty good list for us. They were the guys that we had a draftable ranking on, and so that's always good news. You get guys that fall through the draft, and as they're falling, you try to reach out and say, hey, we might pick you here. If not, we'll be interested in talking to you about coming on board after the draft if it doesn't work out for you. And we've been doing a lot of background work and a lot of relationship building throughout the whole process, throughout all of April, trying to build relationships with guys that we like that are going to be 4th to 7th round type talents. And then when they fall through the draft, if they fall through the draft, they have a relationship with you to where they can say, I know them. I've been talking to them. I understand the role that they have in mind. I understand who's going to be coaching me. I might have been in their building already. So it pays off if you put the work in prior to, and we try to put a lot of work in getting to know as many players personally as we can.
And final question, get you out of here on this one, and certainly do appreciate you visiting with us and this discussion of another outstanding draft by you and your department and all your people. Veteran free agents that are still out there. I'm not sure what your salary cap situation is, how much money there is left to spend. Are you looking at any veteran free agents potentially to add to the mix? I think you have 86 players currently on the roster. Or are you going to maybe open dialogue on extensions on guys that you may have targeted? What's the plan? What's the process at this stage?
To be determined, Lap. To be determined. I don't have any breaking news on that. We look at people that are out and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 12 months. I mean, that's all we do. If a guy's available, we'll analyze it and see how the fit is, and we'll analyze the money and how that fits. We'll analyze the team needs. We're always analyzing our team needs. So every time we'll go out and practice this off season, every time we practice and play in the preseason, we're always analyzing where do we need improvement? Where do we have to get better? Where could we use another guy? Can we improve on this spot or this spot? And then we're always looking. So it's not an are you doing this, because we're always doing that. It's kind of a never-ending job. You get a little bit of an exhale because we're close to 90, but we're looking at guys who are other college free agents that haven't landed anywhere yet, right, and seeing the possibility about maybe bringing them in for a tryout or a workout. Mm-hmm. We're looking at guys who might have recently been released from other teams. So there's a lot. There's a lot to process. You can't have too many, and you can't pay everybody top of the market. And so you have to fit everything together to where it financially works and benefits the team the best you can have.
Well, it's a heck of a puzzle. You've done a damn good job of solving it. in these last few years. And I love the way you attack. All right, well, now we're here in free agency, we're attacking the offensive line. We're tripling down, not doubling down, tripling down. And here in the draft, we're gonna attack the secondary. We're tripling down, not just doubling down.
It wasn't the plan. Yeah, it definitely wasn't the plan.
Right.
You want to hit areas of needs, but we just got opportunities that came to us that we thought were too good to pass up.
Right.
In free agency and the draft. And so when an opportunity presents itself and he's the best guy on your board or can really fill a starting role for you in free agency, you do it. And the opportunities matched up with our needs pretty well this year.
There's a lot of teams in the NFL that look at the Bengals roster and say, that's some roster depth right there. And now, boy, can these guys run? I mean, that team speed is that's something to be reckoned with. And the teams you're playing, not only in your division, but the AFC, with the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, and the mobile quarterbacks. And boy, being able to run's a prerequisite for sure in the Bengals defense and team speed offensively too. This is a fast football team that's well put together. And Duke Tobin, Executive of the Year, take a big bow on that, my man. Appreciate you.
You don't win games on paper, so we're going to have to go out and earn them. But it'll be fun to watch our team develop and come together again.
Appreciate your time as always, Duke. Thank you.
All right, Lap. Thank you, guys.
At First Star Logistics, we're a very strict company that really puts the pressure on our employees. Breaks? What are those?
That's what I'm talking about, Icky. Get the body right, then the mind's right.
Gotta get that body right.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Become a star with a chance to earn the highest commission percentages in the industry as a freight broker agent. Check out firststarlogistics.com.